Happy Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day, everybody. So we're going to discuss today the narcissistic relationship and drug use slash abuse. Um, Welcome to the club. Our mission here is to spread awareness that giant pieces of shit in people suits do exist, and you're not the only one that spent years of their life pouring love into a giant turd. And it's okay that you've done that. But the reason I bring this up is because I personally would not have survived my relationship. I mean, I would have unalived myself if it hadn't been for alcohol and drugs. And what I noticed is that the further I got people out of my life, like everything steadily progressed down to less and less. So it wasn't necessarily that I had a drug addiction or a chemical addiction. I was using it as a coping mechanism to cope with the anxiety of having people in my life that were not operating in my best interest or played stupid games, like you ever had an adult say, hey, don't tell my friend about this. And it's like something that's so freaking childish, and it makes no sense that they would need to keep this secret from a friend. Well, that's toxic behavior. This is flying monkey behavior. It's what they do. It's like no one can communicate honestly and clearly in a group. So it's where that whole how things get twisted down the line, like one person tells one person something and then they tell them it's slightly different, slightly different, slightly different. So these people are playing a white trash Game of Thrones, I like to call it, because they're being anything but completely honest. And if you're an empath, you pick up on this. It doesn't feel good for you and your soul. Your higher self is warning you that people are being less than honest, or like pumping you for information. Like, how sad is somebody's life that they've got to worry about your life to the point they're trying to get feedback on you from mutual friends. And if mutual friends are doing this, well, they're not mutual friends, because a friend would say, hey, the three of us need to sit down together and discuss your issues and let you talk it out and solve the problem. And if people did that, the drug use might not be a supplement for honest communication. I believe this is why it's one of the 10 commandments to not tell lies, because lies are toxic. They do hurt you. It's being stabbed in the back. That's why they call it that. You're being stabbed and you don't know that you're stabbed, so you can't address the wound. So you just take a painkiller to supplement the pain. And I've just, in my life, I've noticed this. I noticed how it happened to my father, towards the end of his relationships with business and his ex, and I've noticed it happen with other friends, not necessarily because they were being deceived, but because they had got drunk, made a mistake, and kept it secret, and the secret, the guilt, I think, turns them to alcohol. It's people not addressing the fact that they're not perfect and you can make mistakes, but hiding these mistakes does not help you be your best self. It does not help you improve. Actually, people that start hiding the mistakes keep repeating the mistakes, is what I've noticed. And if you see this in your life, maybe we can use this to see friends that are struggling. Like if you got a friend that was never a big drinker and all of a sudden they're a big drinker, there's something toxic in their environment, and they're probably using alcohol to tolerate that toxic environment. But I noticed it in my life, because as I separated myself, it wasn't even trying. I went from drinking every day to running every day without even thinking about it. It was just, I got away from these people, and what do you know, my cravings changed. I wanted to be happy and healthy, and it wasn't like, oh, hey, I gotta quit drinking because I'm drinking. It was like, holy crap, I haven't bought beer for 3 days. I didn't even notice. And there were other things in my life, but And it was my own family, blood family. I had to get rid of them. But as each one I separated from, like my alcohol and drug use just steadily went down as these people got out of my life. I hope that this is going to be the case for you. I hope you don't judge yourself for doing what you had to do to tolerate a toxic situation, because you're basically around grown children that don't know how to communicate clearly and honestly. I know as an empath that hurts you. It can weigh on your soul, and you have to find a way to cope with the environment because you're trying to be loyal to people that aren't necessarily loyal to you, or it might not even have to do with disloyalty, just immaturity maybe. I mean, not trying not to be judgmental, but you know, the narcissists, not only are they toxic, but they turn people around them toxic by playing these games. And maybe that's how people just learn to tolerate it, is by becoming toxic themselves. I know when my friends have asked me to lie about something stupid, I'm just like, look, we're not going to address the question, or I'll say, hey, I can't tell you, but I'm not going to tell them a lie, because that's what weighs on my conscience. I like knowing that I can trust myself. If I can trust myself, I'll hold on to my ability to trust others, and I don't want to lose that, because then you become toxic and assume everyone around you is toxic, and you start playing the white trash version of Game of Thrones, and no one wins in that. Everybody just comes out a piece of shit, because that's what a narcissist is. It's just a piece of shit. Flying monkeys are just smaller pieces of shit. And let's spread awareness. Let's help these narcissists heal by figuring out that they're just a piece of shit, and this is not adult behavior, so that they can finally decide to grow up. Happy Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day, and I'll see you tomorrow.